might press me. You do what I tell you. Get over here.
Who's going to get this?
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3rd and long here for Mariota. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Back to it after the pick 6. Mariota. Thomas barreling ahead. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Let's go. Easy. 53, Mike, 53. I can't believe that.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Hightower. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Play fake, Mariota. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dante Hightower in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down. On 2nd down, Williams pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Brady. He hits White, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Brady. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th.
Hey, go 66. Right. Go. Right, quick it.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Play action now. Mariota. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A give. This is Chubb. And some room to maneuver. Bowls him over. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Set, blue line.
From the red zone now, Mariota. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On play action, Mariota. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Easy.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Brady. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
To throw is Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Mariota now on 2nd down, being chased out left. And his throw here's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Broncos on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Mariota, and this is going to be incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught, find the 1st down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing on first down is Brady, and that is incomplete here.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Shreds the tackle. And some space here. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Williams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They go play action. Mariota looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They began the drive with Williams. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go. Go Bandit!
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Wait!
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game as we just saw there.
Brady to throw on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. The Broncos on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. The Broncos on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Left side here to Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the gun, Mariota. Throw left side complete. It's Sanders. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. First down, Mariota. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now he's forced out right. Oh, it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Patriots have it.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw on second down. Brady trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Cyrus Jones picks it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Mariota finds Jake Butt over the middle, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Throwing, Mariota. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid. New
England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Williams. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I go ahead and punt the football myself.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Go!
They do go for it. It's Brady. And it is Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
And again, it's Chubb. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mariota steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll try to throw now. Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's going to get it running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jake Butt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have broken the tie.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyle Van Noy not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Broncos on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Now Mariota. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. Escaping the play. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Dante Hightower in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run it with Williams. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Patriots have moved out in front. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They get it to him running left. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Damian Williams, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gostkowski the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Over the middle, opens Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Mariota on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to haul that one in.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
To throw Mariota. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jake Butt with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Alabama, 380.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The busy night continues for Williams. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Brady. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 17 yards the pickup there.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. New England on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Alabama, 380.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Williams down to the 25. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
One.
On play action, Mariota. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They go play action. Mariota. Sanders has it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Space to run past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Freeman again, a first down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Keep it rolling.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Buying time to his left. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Throwing on first down is Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
One.
Here's Mariota. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Denver. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Brady, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Brady to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw, Brady. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now following. That sack looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Now Mariota. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Mariota to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Mariota. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Mariota. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. One.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sanders. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And he missed it. It's no good. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
New England on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure of the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
A run for Nick Chubb. And some room to roam now. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
On second down, Freeman. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
What can Mariota do in the OT? And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. From the gun, Mariota. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Two minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Now Chubb, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And McManus missed it. How about that? No good. Wide to the left. And that changes everything here in OT. So it's his second missed field goal here. That wouldn't have ended the game, but it would have given him a leg up in OT.
And that's got to invigorate this defense. They did their part. Now it's time for their offense to put together a drive and seal the deal.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Williams running left. And an alley to run. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Patriots, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Denver, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.